I'm Captain Tim.
And I'm Ashley.
We own and operate My Islands Adventure fishing charter and snorkeling tours in Singer Island. We've been doing supply runs since the end of the storm. All I was doing was crying because I felt so bad, because I grew up in the Abacos, and you watch these videos of how they're just totally left with nothing. Family members ripped from their arms, and I was like, what can we do to help? And I asked Ashley, can you get on your Facebook thingy and see if you can reach out, see if we can get some supplies together. So we did our first run, we did our second run, we did a third run with you, and hopefully we can do some more.
Before we went on any of these supply runs, we were getting ready for the hurricane like anybody else before it hit the Bahamas. So we actually had a lot of supplies that we had at the house for ourselves. And I think a lot of people in Florida had the same thing. So when this happened, and I contacted people on Facebook that I didn't know at all, and they just started pulling supplies together like crazy. There were people at their houses with drop spots. All you had to do was write anything on any group saying, is there any way that I can get some supplies? I have a boat, what can I do? And people were just dropping names, dropping addresses, and you could just drive right over and they'll hand them right to you. Load up as much stuff as you can get.
I grew up, I had the opportunity, my parents, we bought a lot in Treasure Cay back in the 80s, and we built a house. It took us a long time, a lot of trials and lessons, but we have a big love for the Bahamas and going over there and watching that storm just annihilate everybody. I just felt sad and heartbroken. I wish there was something I could do. So.
And you have longtime family friends that the family has stayed friends with and in contact with in the Abacos. I know we got to meet some of them. I had never been to the islands before, and I had lived in Florida for years until I met Tim, and we got married. And we've traveled by plane, we've traveled by boat multiple times to the islands. I mean, I fell in love with it right off the bat. We got married there. We got married in Treasure.
My businesses are named after a certain island in the Bahamas. My Islands Adventure, My Islands Realty.
Yeah.
This little island called Sunrise Key off of Treasure Cay. It's for sale right now, by the way.
He's like, oh, I wish I could get it.
I used to swim to it when I was a kid. You know, that's what got me in shape as a kid, swimming across to the island. On our first trip over to get married, we cleared custom at West End, and then we ran to Grand Cay and stayed our first night.
Yeah, we did some island hopping.
We liked it. That was a 15-week or 15-day
15-day
honeymoon. So we jumped a bunch of islands, but on the way back we went to Grand Cay a second time because
we liked it so much.
The first night we were there, they were so friendly. People on dock were feeding us and giving you drinks and
fresh fish, just caught, just sharing it.
Had an open community feel that every other place we went to. It's the Bahamas, it's nice, but this one was just stood out over everyone else. Where like if you went there,
you weren't just hanging out with
you weren't just
the
hanging
boaters,
out by yourself.
You were hanging out
you're
with
welcomed
the
in with
locals.
the community.
Yeah.
It was really special, so we wanted to make a run there. Definitely get a drop.
Hot dogs or beer?
Hold on, baby. We got a whole.
Can I get one with meal and ketchup, please?
This guy Danny we met, we were stargazing, or she was stargazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so Danny actually took us fishing. So we went fishing and then we drove to the Freeport. He lived in Freeport at the time, but he worked in Grand Cay, so he kind of commuted.
Right.
So he just caught a ride with us, and we kept his number and everything, but you know, years go by. So when we came back to do this delivery drop, we're hanging out, and Danny came over asking me for a drink because we were handing out, you know, beers and making hot dogs, and talking to him for a minute, and he kind of seemed like he was flirting with me. So Tim has to come out of the back of the boat to check it out, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Danny," and we're like, "Oh my God, it's Danny!" So luckily he ended up remembering who we were, but it was great to see that he made it through the storm, and he told a great story of what. Why don't you tell him what
Danny was telling me.
Yeah.
And this was him doing the impression. He's like, "It was blowing, man. So I got this big plate of steel and I drilled a hole in it in the front, one in the back, and I put rope on it to give me weight. And I put rocks in my pockets, and I put chain around my neck, and I put a plastic case on my head to keep the things from hitting me. And I would go from building to building. And I'd go, 'You need your cell phone charged?' And he'd take a cell phone and go and take it back to a charger, and that he did that for 3 days, like running back and forth from houses, he said. Didn't sleep the whole time.
Didn't sleep for days.
He's quite a character.
He's a wild man.
Yeah.
Captain Tim.
Captain Tim, Danny, man. Nice to meet you, man. Steve, nice to meet you, bud. That's my bud for a long time, man. Thanks for you guys coming over here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
USA.
USA.
All the way.
Donald Trump, all the way. Second time, 3 times. I'm supporting. Tell Diamond and Silk too. Educate the brothers, them. Let them know. Hey, someone's doing good
Tell
for
us
you.
about the storm. How was it?
Oh, the storm,
What
man.
were you doing during the storm? Were you hiding in the house?
Everything. No, I was doing everything.
You were running
I
around.
was taking care of my buddy, but I was still going and dropping off things to family members.
I heard you had one of those diving suits on, and you were like
Yeah, I
200
dive
pounds,
suit on, a
just
crate
walking like
on.
this in a storm.
Oh, weight, yeah. 140 miles an hour when you need weight on you. Plus, you know, steel in the chest, under your vest.
You made it steel.
Yeah. And then you got a crate on your head so you can see and nothing hit you in
Nothing
the
hit
head.
you in the head.
But you always go behind buildings.
Yeah.
You know, you don't be no fool. You know, there's a lot of shit could come crashing. You move slightly, move smooth, but help out.
3 days, huh?
Yeah, man. It was surprising. Yeah.
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna hide if something
Yeah.
happens?
Man,
Are
always
you
worried.
thinking about your next shelter?
No,
Like,
we was worried about our loved ones in Freeport. We just basically trying to take care of what we need to take care of here. Do what need to be done. But we was worried more about, hey, my child in Freeport, my grandchild in Freeport. I had to stay busy.
Parts of that just got
yeah,
wiped
'cause
out.
Watching it,
Water
you can
just
see,
pushed
you
it
can
up.
see the storm coming from McLeanstown and coming straight across Grand Bahama. We protected. We got reef. They got ocean right
You got all
behind.
this stuff, yeah.
Right behind Grand Bahama is ocean.
Flats, water
no
too.
reef,
Push it
yeah,
on
and,
flat
and the
water.
island is low. Yeah. But hey, man, we love y'all, man. Let's don't make this too sorrowful, man. Let's make it
Grand
happy.
Cay. How do you say it? Key or
Grand
K?
Cay. Grand
Key.
Cay.
Yeah, and that's
Tim and I would both like to thank everybody that helped us do our supply run to Grand Cay, and that's going to include anyone that helped us with donations. There were tons of people. I can't name everybody because I'd probably miss somebody's name, but thank you very much. I also want to thank Zenith and Gina Nevers And Steve Poole, he's with Blue Eye Visuals. They all came with us on the boat all the way to Grand Cay through the rough seas. And once we got into the beautiful Bahamian waters, it calmed down. So everybody was happy. We got a little bit of break. But they helped us load up the boat. They helped us unload everything.
It's not easy. It's an all-day deal.
Yeah, it takes work. And without their help, it would have been a lot harder on us. And, you know, I want to thank you guys for being a part of that.
Yeah, I don't mind driving. It's the loading. To load this, it's in the yard, so I have a ladder.
Yeah.
And I go up, down, up, down. I mean, it's like 8 hours. You know what I'm saying by myself? So, and then the stairs there. I'm
Yeah.
exhausted.
Yeah,
I don't even want to drive the next
Yeah,
day.
this boat has a lot of room.
People can donate on our GoFundMe page for fuel. They can give us supplies. We can even give you our address if you want to. If you're local, come by and drop it off. When we have enough stuff together, we're going to do another run. They're going to need help for a long, long time. It's not any short fix.
Yeah, we have a bunch of supplies at the house now, but we still have room to take more. In our next trip, we're going to go back to West End. The seas are horribly rough. You can see the wind, but so we still have time to regroup and gather more funds, gather more supplies, and plan our trip to West End. That'll be our next drop. So.
The 4th. You can check us out, YouTube page.
Yeah, we do have a YouTube channel if anybody wants to. It's My Islands Adventure Charter channel. And we do have a GoFundMe, and that'll be under My Islands Adventure. And our Facebook is under My Islands Adventure. And our Instagram is My Islands Adventure. So you're good on all of them. So check us out.